Good afternoon. My name is Scott Redler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap. A look ahead.
观众朋友们，大家好，欢迎收看今天的节目，我是主持人林健，在纽约向您问好。周二美股高开，午盘过后呢是涨幅收窄。昨天受到科技股普遍下跌以及美朝关系持续紧张的影响，美股是呈下跌的态势。其中道琼斯工业指数已经连续3天下跌，而在标普500指数当中，科技股是领跌。今天科技股有所回弹，但是道指连续4天呈下跌的态势。另一方面，美联储主席耶伦在今天发表讲话，声称他承认美联储确实高估了现在的劳动力市场以及通胀率。然而，即便如此，美联储还是要逐步的进行加息，以防止经济过热。如果不加息的话，会使得金融市场的稳定性受到影响。那么此言一出，美元指数也是短幅的上涨，而美股美债进行了下跌。纵观全球，亚洲股市和欧洲股市纷纷的收跌，而原油以及黄金市场也回吐了昨日的部分涨幅。更多关于美股的消息，让我们来一起听一下 T3为食首席策略分析师 Scott 是怎么说的。Hi Scott, U.S. actually trade a little bit higher today, trying to recover from yesterday's loss, especially the tech sector. So what do you think of yesterday's down but today's up?
Well, tech was very oversold, and the S&P is trying to figure out if the laggard sectors can keep it higher.
Yeah.
At this point, it's hard to get too bearish on the S&P, but we're getting into one of those tight spots again, which might pick a direction. If you look here at the chart, you will see the S&P is still hovering above its past breakout, above the 21-day, but getting a little wishy-washy in here. So I just take a little care. It's still well above the trend line, hanging in there, but I don't think anyone's in a rush to buy this market, considering that the last week of September, first week in October is sometimes a little tricky, especially considering you look at the Qs. Like you said, technology is not acting that well. Why isn't it acting well? Because the last time the S&P broke out, okay, the Qs lagged. That was right here. And then what do I talk to you guys about the AN21 day? Well, the AN21 day broke right here. So for me, it is now just make sure you're a little careful, because the longer it stays on the right side of this area, the higher the probability it might roll down, and then I think the street would notice. So again, above the AN21 day, I try and be long tech like here, or even when we reclaimed it here. Now it's below it, so I'm a little bit more cash rich and less involved, as I want to see what's next. And right now the moving averages are rolling down versus slanted up.
The small cap Russell 2000 set a record high yesterday, and today is still performing very good. So what do you think of the small cap?
Well, that's kind of helping the S&P stay elevated. It's kind of taking the baton from tech, but at this point I'm not buying the small caps. If you missed a small cap move, I don't think you should chase it now. Kind of hard the way it traded. Why was it hard the way it traded? Because you look at this big channel here, okay, and it had to really come back to the bottom of the channel before going all the way through the top of the channel. So here, your ascending channel, if you would have sold it here, maybe you bought it back here when it reclaimed all the moving averages. I would have liked to have seen you buy it here, when it broke above this little inside wedge. And now, at this point, I don't think it's a short, but I think you missed the long. And at this point, if you are long the small caps, I would say make sure you trail it with the 8-day. Now this is above the 8-day. What do we talk about? When you're above the 21 day, you try and be long, not short. Well, if it happens to break the spot, then that's when you reduce.
And you wrote in the Twitter that the Apple is 153 as a target. So what do you think of Apple? Also, some of our audience asked the BABA down from 178 to 168. So it's now a good time to buy BABA.
Well, if you're trading actively, I'm going to look at BABA tomorrow to see if I could buy it, perhaps. But as far as Apple, when it broke 158, we gave you a sell signal, and I actually got short that day. And then I started buying back on Friday for an oversold bounce. So I do think the easy part of that oversold bounce happened, but I do think there's also more room. Why would I have shorted here? We talked about when Apple broke below the 21 day right there, or this inside wedge. Well, that was your spot. So if you stopped out there, you had the luxury of buying back, into support. And then this morning I said if we can clear this 2-day pivot, we should see 153-ish. Well, it actually went a little higher than that. So at this point, at quarter end and month end, maybe it has a little bit of room left. I was very long in this spot, and now I'm just long a little less. As far as BABA, I'm not long yet, but if we do get some kind of down open, I do think it's worthy of buying. Why aren't I long now? Because I'm usually long when BABA is above the 8 and the 21 day. Remember that little rule? Well, it broke it right here. Last time he had a nice setup was boom, this little pennant to the upside, little false breakout here. So if you were long, this was your spot to get out of the way. And now I would say this is a little bit of a spot, you know, from what, 180 down to maybe 165, $15 lower. We don't see this often. So I would think if you're a trader, let's see how it handles the 50-day. Maybe you get a little red dog reversal around today's low, which was 166.79. So again, if you sold here or when it broke that spot, this will be a spot to look, but it might just be an oversold bounce, maybe not another trade to the upside. So we shall see.
Thanks for your advice. Hope our audience can earn money from your advice.
Well, if they watch it every day, I got to believe that they do. Or if you want more content early in the morning, I put together a morning note, which actually gives you the actionable setups before the market opens, which then you could use as a trading day starts versus the night before when a lot of things do change overnight.
好的，非常感谢 Scott 的精彩解说，那也感谢您关注我们的节目，我们下期再见。